Gooner fam, what's good? We're back with the PE Gooners for a match day preview ahead of the Liverpool clash tomorrow and on Thursday, since we just have a Liverpool week here. We have Earle, Murray, and William from the PE Supporters Club. Guys, so Liverpool tomorrow, how's everyone feeling? You know, I think it's the last game of the weekend. Maybe we'll start with Earle.
Yeah, I'm very excited, of course. I was looking forward to this game, especially the first one. So I'm just thinking that we're going to go out there and show them what we can do. I know there's a lot of things in the news with Abba and some posts on Twitter that he liked or something. But I don't think that will faze them. I think Arteta has got the guys ready to go at guns blazing to this one. And let's see what happens. I'm just looking forward to seeing Abba them in action again up front.
Yeah. And when we go with William, how are you feeling about tomorrow's match?
I'm a bit nervous, to be honest. I think this is going to be a proper test. If we can manage to pull this one through or get a draw, then I think we're in business. To be honest. But yeah, it's going to be a proper test. I'm liking the fact that we're going to Anfield without a crowd, so I think that makes the playing field a bit level. And I'm hearing that Henderson is definitely out, with Thiago and Alisson also doubtful for tomorrow. So yeah, I'm quite optimistic. But yeah, as an Arsenal fan, you're always optimistic. Doesn't matter who you face. So yeah, let's go out there and get the job done.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Lastly, Murray.
I think we've got to start off and I've got to say London's red. Well done to the ladies in thrashing Spurs 4-0. I think we have to sort of mention that. So I think they played pretty well. But yeah, I'm a little bit anxious. I'm a little bit nervous. This is the game, or one of the games that I've been looking forward to. It's just a pity that we're going to have to run up our hotel bill and wait there until Thursday night. I hope that's in the budget, and Kroenke's not going to, tighten the reins there a little bit. But yeah, I think it's a bit positive with Henderson being out, Thiago, and possibly Alisson. I think Thiago I was worried about, considering that he would run the midfield, and at the moment our midfield's just all over the place. But I think it's going to be a test. If we can walk away with it, look, we've beaten them on the last 2 rounds, but if we can walk away with the points, I think it's going to be a major confidence boost for the guys.
Yeah, definitely. I think always going to Anfield is never easy, and we haven't had the best record there over the last few years. But as you said, Arteta hasn't lost against Klopp. But I don't know if we can do it. And the other thing is, if we beat them on tomorrow, it will be like the first game they lost at home in the Premier League for, I don't know, I think like 3 years or since Mane. So I think that will actually sweeten it for us if we're able to beat them. But I think getting a draw or something along those lines will still be doable. It's hard. I'm scared. I'm not scared where like last season where it's like, oh no, we're going to Liverpool. But I just know, I think as William said, without the fans, maybe it's a bit better and we're a bit more luckier to catch them now around this time early without fans. Maybe we can really show them something. But yeah, as we get into the game, I just want to break down the lineup so we can talk about who would you guys prefer to see on the field against tomorrow's game. I think tomorrow's you're going all guns blazing. I feel Arteta should go. So what's our all guns blazing in terms of the team? So maybe we'll kick off with Murray this round and see. Yeah, what would your starting 11 look like? I would say.
I just don't want to be in Arteta's shoes at the moment. I don't think definitely we're going to have to start Leno. Let's give him a run, and then hopefully, for the Thursday game we can swap things completely around. But I'm sure we're going to get to that. To put Gabriel, right at the back in such a big game, I think it may be a risk. I mean, we have played him for the past two games of the Premier League, so we don't really have anyone who is, ready to actually take on Liverpool. Maybe we might bring on Louise in that place. Holding will probably start. I think he's had a good run so far in the league. I would definitely start Bellerin at the back on right, because we're going to need that pace going up against Robinson. And I think Tierney at the back, Kieran at the back as well. We need to go like on a full-on attack. I think in the middle, we're going to need to have Zaka and El Nani. We're going to need those long balls, because I can see Arteta parking the bus to a certain degree, and he's going to try and catch them on the counter. So if we can use those long balls to open up the game, it would help. And then he's just solid in the midfield. So we're going to need someone who's going to boss the midfield, push them around, own the midfield, and hopefully we can pass it out. If we can try to fit Danny in there somewhere, I think the creativity might help. But Abba and Laka definitely up front. I'm a bit hesitant about William on the right. Simple reason, because against Fulham he played extremely well, and then West Ham he just had an absolute blinder. So do we risk it and bring him on? Pepe, it's also a bit difficult. If Arteta can just say get the ball and run up the field, then yes, by all means play him. But what he was doing in the other night, it wasn't on. But it's going to be very difficult. I was hoping that we would have had our two new midfield players that we could maybe test out against Liverpool. But maybe it's just not to be. But I would definitely have a full strength squad, absolute full strength squad. Saka will probably have to also then play, I'm sure, just to provide some backup for Kieran. But it's going to be a difficult choice. Abba and Laka definitely, I think, give them free role in the front. Hopefully, Abba can maybe go down the middle at times, and Laka's on the left or the right. Switch it up, because I think it's becoming a bit predictable with Abba cutting in onto his right and then trying to curl it in. And Liverpool are probably going to be looking out for that. So, yeah, play them up front, but full strength squad all the way. And just go all attack.
That's a nice squad there. I've pretty much what I'll choose. And let's go with Earle around. Any changes to that? Or what would you add?
The back line remained exactly the same. I wouldn't change anything. Up front, I would go with 3 guys up front, of course. Abba on the left, middle, Laka, and on the right, I will play actually William. I'll actually play William on the right instead of Pepe. Then in the middle, I'll probably play Danny, Elneny, and Saka. Saka a little bit on the left just to back up Tierney, as Murray also said. But that's what I would go with. I think that it's going to be on the right-hand side, Tierney versus Salah. That's going to be a big battle. And it's going to be pace. And that's why I want Saka there just to back him up in case something goes haywire over that side. In the middle, now that Thiago is not playing, I don't think we need Saka there. If Thiago was playing, we would have probably needed 2 midfielders there in the back holding. But if he's not playing, I would go with Elneny to get some game time. He's been playing really well. And then for on the back, for Abba on the left, right? Because he's going to go up against Trent. So we'll see how that plays out. It's space versus space. Hopefully he can just sit down there. That's why I would like Abba on the left. We're not playing through the middle in that sense, because he's gonna be in a tight spot there, and he needs to get past Trent.
Yeah.
So that's mine. That's what I'm going with.
Okay. And William.
Yeah, I wouldn't change a lot to what the guys have said. I think Murray's quite right, bringing David Luiz straight back in, just to give Gabriel a bit of a breather. I mean, it's a huge game. We can't throw that guy into the mix against Liverpool at Anfield. So yeah, my only worry is that Tierney isn't quite fit yet, because I think he only had his full day's training today. And if we do risk him, and he gets injured again, he might be out for a long period of time. So yeah, we don't quite know what's happening there. But yeah, obviously, if he is fit enough, then you start him just to against Salah. Yeah, we are probably going to need a fit Kirantini against Salah. And then yeah, El Neni definitely. I think he's been playing really well, and he has legs in that midfield. He'll do the hard yards. He'll track back if, say, for instance, Xhaka or Danny places a pass, a misplaced pass. So yeah, I think he'll do that, definitely, that hard yards. And then Uba obviously on the left, Laka, and then I'll throw in Pepe on the right hand side. I think with Robertson and Trent bombing forward like Liverpool usually do. I think with Pepe, especially against Robertson, he'll be a bit more cautious to bomb forward. And yeah, and he brings that extra pace. I think he's a bit pacier than William. Yeah, so that's, yeah, I think we should go with Pepe and Uba on the left and the right hand side, just to nullify that the explosiveness and the crisp passing that Liverpool usually do with their fullbacks or their wing backs. So yeah, to leave them up front and bomb forward will be a big mistake, especially with David Luiz. He can play a long ball. Xhaka can play a long ball. So yeah, I would go with Pepe and Uba on up front with Laka, obviously.
Yeah, it sounds like the midfield, we need more defensive attributes, or more people that are willing to run around and just not try and control it, just try and contain it, I would say. And then it's all about our strike force, and hopefully our defense holds up, because I see Liverpool obviously attacking us. They had Anfield. So it's going to be really tough. And as you guys said, Tierney, Mane, yes, it's going to be a tough one. But if we move on, like a score prediction, but also just tell me, like, what do we need in this game to go there and actually get a result at Anfield? So as you guys said, we need Tierney on Salah, like that has to work. But who's going to take on Mane, or what tactics can we do to try and get the result? Because I feel like obviously we don't have that kind of imposing football style as yet, but Arteta always has a plan. So what would your guys' plan be? And obviously give me your score prediction. Maybe we'll start with William with this one.
Yeah, look, it's a difficult one. I think in the week, Klopp said that the way that Arteta sets up a team, offensively and defensively, it's tough to break down. So I think they would have been doing their homework, as we caught them napping in the league and obviously in the Community Shield. Yeah, Arteta did set up to be tough to break down. So I think we will probably go that same route, unless he throws us a curveball and just goes all out attack, which obviously Liverpool won't expect. They would expect Arteta to shut up shop, play the long balls to, if Pepe starts, to Uba, and hit him on the counter like we did against City, against them in the league, and obviously in the Community Shield. But my only worry is that we are too reliant on like Murray said, that cut back inside from Uba. I think we're a bit too reliant on that. But I mean, what can we do? We don't have the midfield at the moment to run the big boys ragged in there, and with the crisp passing, we don't have that football at the moment. It comes out every second or third game that we score amazing goals. But I mean, against a Klopp's Liverpool at Anfield, we're going to need to sit back a bit and try and hit them on the counter. Maybe bring in something else. Maybe Arteta has another plan for us, a game plan, a strategy. So yeah, I think Klopp and them, they would have done their homework, the way that we played them the past few games. So yeah, I'm going with a 2-2 draw.
Okay, that's nice. How about you, Earle?
Yeah, I think it depends on how the game starts off, of course. If both teams are sitting back and not attacking, I think that Mikel should just say, "Hey, dudes, let's go out there for 10 minutes and try to make their lives a living hell." Just all out attack. If they're attacking, I think the best thing to do is absorb the attack and do counter attacks. We have the guys that can do long balls over the top. Let them do that. El Nani can even, or if Zaka's playing, Zaka can do it. David Luiz, they can send it out wide. Danny, I've seen do it as well. So if they can put those long balls up in front, we definitely have the pace to get those balls. So it's definitely dependent on what happens, what Klopp comes into. Is he going to sit back or is he going to come attacking? Like I mentioned, Salah, Turney, we need Turney to do that thing there and just stop that dude. Mane is going to come through the middle, most likely, right? Because that's what he's good at. Most of his things that I see, he comes through the middle while Salah is doing the outside, right? If El Nani can keep him out and David Luiz can make him limp, get a yellow and make him limp, then we're good to go. Prediction score-wise, I say 2-1 to us. If we read the game well, 2-1 to us. I think Arteta is definitely going to play a key ball at the beginning, just to get the guys' confidence up. And with the long balls, we are definitely worth doing a 2-1 over Liverpool at Anfield, but no crowd, of course.
Yeah, no, I like that. Go take it there at Anfield. And Murray. So.
I think it's going to be tough. No matter which tactics we sort of have, Liverpool are going to come hard. They're going to have a point to prove. We've embarrassed them in the past 2 games, and I would love to say, let them score first because we're the most dangerous when we concede first. But I'm having flashbacks of the time when we did concede first and they went on to go 1-5, 6-1 or whatever the case may be. So I don't really want that. I definitely think they are going to dive in the box and they're going to peel for anything that hits the body in the box. Regardless if we've got Holding or if Gabriel's in the middle, they're going to either try and exploit the reputation that Luiz has to dive and then get him sent off or get a yellow card. They'll probably start trying to play balls over his head and they're going to try and cut across him. Gabriel, I think they'll probably work on his inexperience in the Premier League. And I think they will draw him into a foul. But somehow I think he might be, he might have the experience. I think he's a little bit more experienced than just, sliding in. But we're going to need to cut Mane out. He does also like to cut in. So I'm hoping, whoever's playing a right back is aware of it. But we're going to need to dominate the midfield. Against Liverpool, it's always a midfield game. If we can cut Henderson, or Henderson's not playing, if we can cut whoever's going to play in the middle out and, stop ball from actually going to Salah or Mane or whoever, I think we're going to be in for a good chance. I'm just thinking of the West Ham game. If we have to defend like that, I think it's going to be a very high score against us. But in order for us to win the game, we're going to have to be clinical. I saw some of the videos that Arsenal were posting, and Abba looks sharp, Lacazette looks sharp, William looks sharp. I'm just hoping they're going to be sharp on the day. That's the big thing, and I think it's why not just go all out, and then Arteta can just make 11 changes against Liverpool. Put the young guys in. It's only the Carling Cup, for the game on Thursday. That is. It is just the Carabao Cup. But, the league is something that we want to really, be a force in. You look at Leicester and Leeds currently in the season, they're going to be something to beat. So, if we can really stamp our mark on the league now, it's got to have to be against Liverpool and for the next month of October. Predictions, I would love to say 2-1. But it's going to be very, very difficult. I think in the back of my mind, I'm going for 2-2. But I just want to take points away from Liverpool. If we can keep it tidy, if we can be clinical, even if we have just 2 shots on goal, as long as we finish those shots, then that's the most important thing. It's going to be tough, and it all depends on which Arsenal decides to pitch on the day, and it depends on which Liverpool's going to pitch on the day. I mean, they could just, I'm nervous. Let's just put it that way. I'm hoping for the win. I think Earle and myself and a lot of us we just don't want to hear the backlash of with another Liverpool win. So we're hoping to have some form of bragging rights a little bit going forward. But yeah, I think the way that we're playing, I think we will take the win. I'm trying to be optimistic about it. But yeah, let's just go out there and prove ourselves to everybody and prove ourselves to ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. I think, as you guys said, is the biggest test for us at Anfield. It never is easy going there. So if we get the results, I think we'll be more than happy. And yeah, I don't know what it will be like, because last season I thought we were confident enough to go there. And even the Liverpool guys were like, nah, don't worry. But I think, as you guys were saying, Klopp is more aware that we're not the same as whatever season he's faced us in before. I think now he knows Arteta actually has a plan. And I think it's about that. Whatever lineup he does put in, and what you guys were saying, it's a job and it's a plan, and they have to just go out there. Might not be pretty, it might not be West Ham, or it might not be Fulham. It might look like a West Ham kind of game. But I think these last 2 performances, especially from Leicester, it wasn't the best, but we managed to get jobs done. We managed to fight through, even with really, really bad play. So let's hope those kind of touches are out of the game and we can actually go. And as I think the last Liverpool game, we had 2 chances at goal, or 3 chances at goal, and we scored 2 goals at Arsenal. So hopefully it's one of those and we just get it done, because I'd really like to say we ended their record, at like unbeaten at home. It'll really be nice. So no matter what, anything they say, so to be like, yeah, but we stopped that reign. It's done. Now you lost the game there. There's no questions about it. And I think this is probably, in the last 5 years, you probably say this is probably the team that can actually do it, maybe, the way they're playing, the chemistry and stuff like that. But yeah, onto the game, and which is obviously tomorrow. So do you guys have anything excited from your guys' side, or anything exciting from your guys' side? What's happening down there in PE? I don't know when to take it. Like, you guys can choose. I think you're on mute, Murray. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're heading. There we go. We're heading off to the Liverpool Supporters Club. So that should always be fun. So I'm really hoping we can also take the points there. But yeah, there's a lot of big things that are going to happen from the supporters side. I'm not going to reveal too much, but I'm just going to say, just keep an eye on our media pages, and especially this week. And yeah, I think it's going to be big. I'm just looking forward to the game. It's one of those games that's that as calm as you want to be, you can go and say, okay, I'm going to behave myself. I mean, within the first 5 minutes, it defines your character, and it also then just defines the whole mood for the rest of the evening for the game. But I think it's no longer going to be a boys against men. I think it's a clash of the giants now. I think we really got something to prove. I think Jamie Carragher even said, like, this is a whole new Arsenal. Arsenal are starting to regain their name again. And coming from him, I mean, he's not the best pundit, but it says something, because he's really faced some really, really good Premier Leagues, and the thing that's going through my mind now is Henry just putting him on his butt at Harbury. So I think he knows what he sees, and I think he sees the danger. So I'm sure, as nervous as we are, I think the Liverpool supporters are, and the Liverpool team as well, they could just be as nervous going into tomorrow's game.
And hopefully you guys being at a Liverpool supporters club and we win just sweetens that deal, and then the guys will be like, you guys are bad luck, never come here again. No, but that's nice. It's actually quite cool, it actually shows another thing that's quite cool in South Africa, where we have that diversity amongst fans, but yet we can all, well, we pretty much sit together anyway amongst our friends and stuff like that. So that's really cool. I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. It's just tough watching what Liverpool people, like, to be fair. They're another breed of fans, especially with Man United. So yeah, but enjoy. I hope it'll be a good game. And then lastly, like before we end, we're almost out of time. I just talk about I might not get you guys in on Thursday, so maybe give us like a few hints on like what do you think of what's gonna happen on Thursday and how we should approach it. Maybe we'll start with Earle with this one.
Thursday, I think we should definitely go in with a younger team. You know, I think depending on the result tomorrow, Liverpool will probably do the same if they see that, hey, these guys are coming through tonight with a strong team. They will also bring a young team to the Carabao Cup. We're playing away again, so yeah, I think that one it's most likely going to be a loss for us. I feel it coming because of our focus being on the league. Yeah, but I think the young guns need a showing, and that's a nice way to give them some exposure for the future games that is coming. Because although we're focusing right now on Liverpool, we're having City coming up, and if one of our guys get injured, we need that backup, and the young guys need to be fit and ready to step up. So yeah, I think it's going to be a young guys, and I think it's going to be 2-1 to Liverpool, unfortunately, for the Carabao Cup.
No, and I will go with Murray.
Definitely like 11 changes. I want to see our new keeper in action. Just play anybody but Warlock. I think let's keep him in the reserves. But John, let's just throw all the youngsters in. Maybe we do come away with the win. I mean, we really took it to them last time, and that was 5-4 or something like that. And that was with the crowd. So if the big guns can actually get a result now on Monday, it might give the younger guns like, hey, okay, listen, we could possibly beat this team. But Murphy law would probably be that we send like a whole bunch of youngsters, and the next thing they pull their whole first team in just to try and smash us. But if we can get a result even then, that would be brilliant and even more bragging rights. But John, I would like, the Carabao Cup, even if we lose it doesn't, I'm not too phased, but as long as it's a good game. I don't want to see like an absolute walkover or Liverpool walking over us. If it's 2-1, cool. If it's 5-4, great. I just don't want to see 5-0, 5-1.
Yeah.
And, we really lose our identity on the field. So if we can at least then step up to them, that's fine. But yeah, like all said, I think 2-1, but depending on which youngsters they bring through, because I think they might be short on depth as well. So, we might even take them. But if Eddie can get a couple of goals, that'll be good. Yeah, and then maybe place Saliba and Gabriel then. And let's see what that centre-back partnership can really do. And then, we'll have a better feel for what's to come for the youth. William?
Yeah, I think if we win tomorrow, it's going to be interesting. What's going to happen on Thursday? I think Klopp will probably swing out a better team on Thursday. Put a few first-team starters in. I mean, they can't lose twice in 1 week against Arsenal. That's going to be embarrassing. So, yeah, I think it all depends on what happens tomorrow. Maybe Arteta will feel the same. If we do lose tomorrow, what team is he gonna put out on Thursday? But yeah, I would like to see absolutely the Saliba and the Gabriel partnership, and just play Ozil, man. Damn it, just play Ozil.
A lot of us want him there. A lot of us want to see.
Play Ozil. Yeah, but I think the young guys will probably. It's going to be an interesting game, exciting one. The last time, I think it was 5-4. It was a really, really enjoyable game to watch. But yeah, like I said, it will all depend on what happens tomorrow. Both sides. You can't lose to a team twice in 1 week. So yeah, I think tomorrow is going to be a key factor. How the managers will set up their teams on Thursday.
Yeah, I think we're all looking forward to tomorrow. It's going to decide a lot of things. I think from tomorrow, this whole week going into next week, man, is a big week. We have Liverpool twice in Sheffield, and the transfer window ends. So yeah, it's a lot going on. I think when I see you guys again, we'll have a lot to talk about. And yeah, it's hopefully we get the win and we can have smiles and say, yeah, we beat these guys at Anfield and go into the international break on a high, I suppose, after Sheffield. But yeah, I think it'll really give us a good break to reassess and build for City as well. So we'll just have to take it as it comes. But thanks so much, guys. You know, I really appreciate it as always. Looking forward to hearing what happens at the Liverpool club, you know, and how it turns out. Either way, you can drink, so you know it's worth it. So yeah, and it's me, Keish. It's Murray, William, and Earle from the PE Supporters Club. Thanks for coming on, and it's match day preview against Liverpool for tomorrow and Thursday. We're at Anfield. It's going to cost SA. We out.